Hi, this is Ritesh Mathur from the Department of Mechanical Engineering. In this video, we will discuss the basic concepts of engineering mechanics. So, what is engineering mechanics? It is that branch of science which deals with the behavior of a body when the body is at rest or in motion. So, when the body is at rest, it is known as statics, and when the body is in the motion, it is known as dynamics. Now, dynamics again divided into two further categories. One is kinematics, means in this the forces which causes motion are not considered, and one is kinetics. It means in this we will also have to consider the forces. What do you mean by force? It is an agent which produces or tends to produce, destroy or tend to destroy motion of a body. Okay, it is known as force. The unit of force is Newton, and we know that it is a vector quantity. Now, there must be some characteristics of the force. That is, first one is the magnitude, say 10 kilonewton, 20 kilonewton, etc. Direction, okay, it must have certain fixed direction, that is towards north, towards south, likewise. Then the nature, so it may be a tensile or compressive, or I can say it is the push one or pull one. Then the point of application means the point at which the force acts. So according to this, there are various types of forces. Say contact forces. So these are the forces produced by direct contact of the bodies. Okay, it may be your pull type or push type. Then body forces. Forces produced without contact of bodies is called body force. It is the force hold together the particles forming the rigid bodies. So what is rigid body? Rigid body is that type of body on which if you apply the force, there is no, or I can say the distance between the two molecules do not alter. Okay, then point force. So it is a force acting at a point. Okay, as you can see in the figure that we are applying, or we are trying to withdraw a nail from the wood beam. Okay, so the force is act on a very small area, that's why it is known as your point force. Then distributed forces. When force is distributed over large area, it is called distributed force. Then external and internal. The force exerted by the weight on a body is your external force, while the resistance offered to the retain its shape is called internal force. So this internal force is also known as your reaction, and the external force, it may be your force applied on the body, or you can say the weight. Then action and reaction. So as per Newton's third law, whenever a body exerts force, it is known as action on the other body. The other body exerts similar force on the previous one. It is known as reaction. Okay, so action equals to reaction. Reaction force always act perpendicular to the plane. This is very important. So as you can see that in the figure number 1, due to action, the man goes a force reaction, and due to this reaction it climbs up. Okay, the next one is frictional force, means it is the resisting force offered during sliding of a body by the surface in contact. It is called frictional force, but remember it applies in the opposite direction of the applied force and at the contact surface area. Then wind force, the force exerted by wind when it is obstructed by an object. Then adhesion and cohesion force. So force developed between molecules of same material is called cohesive force, and uh, between your different material it is called adhesive force. Then hydrostatic force. It is a force exerted by water on a body when it is obstructed by a body. It is nothing but your hydrostatic force. Then there is a theorem, the principle of transmissivity of the forces. It states that if a force acts at any point on a rigid body, it may also be considered to act at any other point on its line of action, provided this point is rigidly connected with the body. As you can see in the figure, figure, the first one we are applying the force at the at the this place. Okay, and after this, when we apply the force, the point of action will be, instead of this it comes to this. Okay, so it means what? That we are just slide the force along its line of action. So there is no effect on the motion of the body. Then there are various system of forces. So when two or more forces act on a body, they are called to form a system of forces. So the various type of system of forces is number one, coplanar forces means forces whose line of action lie on the same plane are known as coplanar forces. Then concurrent forces, the forces which meet at one point means the line of action of each force meet at a point, then it is known as concurrent force system. Then collinear forces, the forces whose line of action lie on the same line. The example is your tug of war. Okay. Then coplanar concurrent forces, the forces which meet in the at one point and line of action also lie in the same plane. These are known as coplanar concurrent forces. Then non-coplanar concurrent forces. So line of action definitely meet at the same point, but they do not lie in the same plane. Okay. Then coplanar non-concurrent forces, the forces whose line of action lie at the same plane, but they do not meet at one point. Then non-coplanar non-concurrent forces, the forces whose line of action do not lie on the same plane and they do not meet at any point. Say you can say the various forces acting on a bus. Like parallel forces, the forces whose line of action are parallel to each other and all of them act in the same direction. It is known as like parallel forces. Then unlike means the line of action are parallel, but the line of action do not act in the same direction. Then you must know that what is equilibrium. So when two or more than two forces act on a body in such a way that the body remains in a state of rest or of uniform motion, then the system of forces is said to be in equilibrium. Then resultant force. So if a number of forces say P, Q, R, S, T are acting simultaneously on a particle, then it is possible to find out a single force which could replace them. That is, which would produce the same effect as produced by all the given forces. This single force is called resultant force. Then equilibrium force, a single force which is applied to the body to bring the body in equilibrium state is called equilibrium force. Remember that it is equal in magnitude but opposite in direction to the your resultant force. So that's all. Thank you.